Hello, we're back again. I know. I mean, you think I'd have given up long, long ago, but I'm back, and it's me playing more Banished. This will be episode something 6, maybe, if I can count, which I can't. But shut up. I am revitalized. By that I mean I've had a cup of tea since I recorded the last video, which helped because now I don't have the sniffles. Tea is like the doctor, only not a twat. There's another England joke for you. I think I should stop with those because I don't think half the people in Britain get them. Anyway, that ain't gonna stop me. I don't give a shit. Or I do. I want people to enjoy the videos, but I'm incapable of making videos that people will enjoy. So, um, I haven't. I've been recording for about 2 minutes, and I haven't actually done anything productive yet. That's a good sign. Orchard, blah 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 blah. What? Hang on. What was happening? Oh, I was trying to build a marketplace in a cemetery. Was I? Probably. Okay. Um. Cemetery. How's a cemetery? Uh. In 2 words, piss fucking poor. Oh shit, that's 3 words. Shut up. Don't ruin my stuff. Yeah. Still, I thought we'd be back with a little bit more amazing English. A little bit more England this time. Because looking at it logically, England is a country of 69 million people. America is a country of about is it billion now? Or is it 930 million? Some huge amount of people, and like over 20 times more than Britain. And same for Europe, even bigger. So, and Russia, I don't know. Are there any Russians watching? If you are, then you rule. Except for your anti-gay laws, I don't like those. In my opinion, all of you hold your own opinions on that. Well, maybe you don't, but whatever. Ignore my opinions. I am nothing but an educated hit on the internet. But yeah, so I thought may as well do a bit more England. Not everyone knows what it's like, apart from one of the episodes before this one where I talked about it, where it was blur. Yeah, I live in the south of England, in Sussex. You know that. There are kind of 2 or 3 major cities in Sussex. There's Brighton, which is a coastal one, which is if any of you have ever seen, there's a show called Judge John Deed. I don't know if that's a British only thing or if that was everywhere. If you remember Judge John Deed, Chaz, who is Deed's daughter, went to Brighton University, which is it's Brighton University. It's an alright uni. It's not good for what I want to study, but meh. So yeah, there's Brighton. Brighton it's like the London. In fact, it is quite like London in that it's a huge mixing pot of just about everyone. The main difference is that there's kind of 3 huge elements to Brighton's culture, or maybe 4. There's the music. There's loads of nightclubs. There's loads of gig places, like there's the Concord and Concord 2, which are places. There's the Drome. There's all sorts of places. So there's music. Sorry, there are clubs. Yeah. Then there's music. They've got loads of guitar shops. There's the GAC, which is like my favourite guitar shop in history. They've got the GAC Drum Cavern, the Amp Centre. There's loads of little smaller independent ones there. So yeah, there's that. Homosexuality is a huge thing. They have, I think it's 4 gay parades each year. 2 lesbian ones and 2 gay ones. Or they're all, you understand what I mean? 2 guy ones and 2 girls ones. Yuri and Yaori, if you prefer. I don't really know. Yeah, that's for the Japanese people out there. Here's how you understand what I mean. Yeah. They have naked. In fact, I lie. They have 2 naked walks and 2 naked bike rides. 2 for so a naked bike ride and a walk for each gender, which is fun. Best day to go to Brighton ever is the 17th of March because that's the naked lesbians bike ride. I think it's the 17th. So yeah, if you're a guy and you want to watch lesbians ride bikes, then go to Brighton then, if you live in England. Or if you live in America and have the amazingly powerful, overcoming wish to come to England and watch lesbians cycle on bikes. I've lost what I was thinking about. That was at Brighton. Yeah, so that's kind of the third one. The fourth one is weed and drugs in general. Weed is all over Brighton. It's probably more common than broccoli. Which is a good thing, if anything. I support marijuana as to be legalized. Um, I don't personally. I just don't see the harm in it, and I don't know. That's my opinion. You all have different opinions. I mean, those from Colorado probably agree with me. I don't know. Maybe that's stereotypical. But yeah, I support the legalization of marijuana. Whether I support it to be unlicensed, which would be like it will be easier to get than beer because beer you have to be 18, you have to show ID when you buy it. Oh no, maybe I think it should be as legalized as beer. So yeah, it would be regulated. So places have to have a license to sell it. You need to have some identification to show you're over 18 to buy it. Oh yeah, for Americans, in Britain, 18 is like the 21 thing for Americans. So when you're 18 in Britain, you can do everything. You can go buy fags, you can go buy booze, you can go to adult-only nightclubs, which is like the same in America. So yeah, it's 21 to drink in America, which is just ridiculously high. I mean, think of it. You're probably a quarter of the way through your life at that point. That's a depressing thought for all the 20-year-olds out there. But yeah, I weed is a huge thing in Brighton. It's like it's not the grimy kind of weed, not the kind of weed I think people imagine dealers to be. It's all kinds of small sort of friend groups of it, which is good because they don't try and cut their friends out and get stabbed in the tits as a result, which is the way things should be. But yeah, Brighton's a very happy place, kind of gay in the old sense of the word, and the new sense. But shut up. I like Brighton. Um, yeah, that done with that. Um, it also it has loads of these shops like along Bond Street. Anyone in Brighton who lives near Bond Street, you know what I mean. It's kind of got these sort of really odd shops that appeal to really small sort of cliques, but they're interesting. Like they have a vegetarian shoe shop where all the shoes are made from recycled banana peel, which I thought was quite interesting. Um, what was their motto again? It was something like a treat for your feet if you don't eat meat, which I find to be too difficult to say. So it's just vegetarian shoe place. They've got Shakeaway. There are loads of places like that with different names, which is like your favorite kind of chocolate bar or just general thing that's bad for you. Milk, ice cream, blender, eat. And it's very expensive, but it's very tasty. If you ever go to Brighton, I heartily recommend Shakeaway. I think it's 37 Bond Street. No, that's Edge House. 47 Bond Street. There you go. I think somewhere else on Bond Street. It's bright fucking yellow. You can't miss it. So yeah, you can go there. Yeah, that's Brighton. Brighton, it's a place. I like Brighton. It's like I feel like it's my kind of soul city, if you know what I mean. It's where my soul comes from. The other one is Tunbridge Wells. People who are from Tunbridge Wells are going to hate me after this. I don't like Tunbridge Wells. It's boring, if I'm honest. There's nothing there. It's very like Eastbourne, which is nearby. That's in Kent, I think. But Eastbourne's is like very old people-y. Tunbridge Wells is like that too, but it's like middle-aged people. So everything's very, very boring. I'm spazzing out again. They have some stuff there you might want, but there's nothing particularly interesting. I don't think there are many clubs. It's not bad for shopping. It's less busy than Brighton, so if you get a bit claustrophobic when shopping, go Tunbridge Wells because they've got pretty much the same stuff, except for Gag. There's not a decent guitar shop in Eastbourne yet, or Tunbridge Wells for that matter. Yeah, so that's Tunbridge Wells. That's kind of like distance from where I live to Tunbridge Wells is about the same as distance from where I live to Brighton. I'm kind of in the middle of both of them. Right, hang on. Everyone's dying and unhappy. This isn't good. Sorry, I've got distracted talking about things and I've not actually played the game. I've just spazzed out. Or this tests my theory of whether they can survive on their own. Let's keep going with that. But yeah, that's kind of where I live. It's Sussex. I couldn't tell you much more about many other places apart from like London because I was born there and I go there fairly regularly, or Bristol. Excuse me. Because I have friends and family living there who I go visit every so often. Bristol's a nice place. It's kind of some parts of it are nice, some parts not. It's like London. It's very varied. Only its variance is that some of it's grimy, some of it's not. Whereas all of London is grimy, apart from like uh, if you're talking, think of it this way: District Line further west, like Belsize Park and further west, it's not grimy anymore because you've gone out of central London. But then if you go really far north, you get to places like Colindale, which is still a little bit grimy, but not too nasty. Yeah, it's like that. And Bristol is just, I like Bristol. You get almost anything you want, and it's probably about half the price as it would be in London because Bristol's not really a major tourist centre. Or it is, but nowhere near as much as London. Like everyone goes to London, hardly anyone goes to Bristol by comparison. Yeah, there you go. I've done with my geography lesson in the UK. You can enjoy. What the fuck? Oh, what to say? I should probably get on and play this game at some point, actually. But before I do, we need quiet time. Shh, 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 shh. Quiet time. Quiet. Okay, fuck. I can't be asked for quiet time. No more quiet time ever, 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 ever again. Okay, guys? No more quiet time. If I do quiet time, you can stab me in the tits or something. Uh, yeah, right. Everyone's cold, so that's a step in the not particularly nice direction. What happens to the guy who does the wood choppy? I think that might be why people have started to die. The choppy chop, the choppy chop. Come on, chop chop. So that's occurring. So people are cold. These places have nobody to work in them. Schoolhouse isn't really important. Hospital isn't too important at the moment. Tailor and hunting cabin are quite important. We don't need quite many farmers. We don't need so many builders. We don't need. Everyone's fucking died! One hunting cabin person. No, wrong one. Blacksmith won't do any. We don't need it. Woodcutter. And that's a wooden house. That's a tailor. That's a schoolhouse. Tailor's quite important because we don't produce death that way. Yeah. Sorry, this is quite a talky episode today about stuff that's not the game. I don't know why. I just felt like that. Tell me if you prefer it like that. Sorry. Okay, maybe my nose isn't fixed, but hey, the tea ooh, horrible lag. The tea fixed me for a few minutes at least. Yeah, stuff. Right, this had 25 members when it started. Where have they all gone? I think we need people to build the cemetery so we can bury all the dead. Oh dear. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I said a person. I don't know why I'm telling you that again. If I wasn't a person, I think you might be a little worried that I'm like talking to you in a language that you hopefully understand. Or if you've misclicked in this video and have no clue what I'm saying, and you've lasted the 15 minutes I've been recording, then well done. I mean, you either like the sound of my voice or you just like pretty pictures on the screen. Either is cool. You probably like the pretty pictures because my voice isn't particularly nice. It's a bit gravelly. All right, hurry, 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 hurry. Yeah, languages. In fact, why not languages? I speak English. I do not speak US English. I'm sorry to say, American US English is not a language. I would email Microsoft that, but I think they'd ignore me because they're American. I don't have a problem with the way Americans speak English. Some things that they say really, really annoy me. That's not their fault. That's a cultural thing. I like Americans as people. They're quite. I don't know. They're not all Americans are the same, but most Americans I've ever had the pleasure to meet are quite genuine people. They're quite pleasant to be around. And they've normally adopted, calling what you call jelly jam, which is its proper name, or marmalade, or conserve, or marmite, chutney. Marmite, that's fucking yeast extract. Yeah, and we like to make a difference. And what you then call jello, we call jelly. That's its proper name. My opinions, again, you're America, you probably just put a bullet hole through the screen. Or your fist, if you're from Chicago. Don't worry about that. So I apologise for all the racist caricatures I have, but hey, it's me, sorry. You can hate me. Yeah, I can be that person you love to hate, or hate to love. Either way around. Your choice. Or neither, you could just be meh. But oh dear, languages for myself. I speak English. Yeah, as I've said, this thing that's coming out of my mouth now, the words that are vaguely recognisable. That's English. I've studied German and French formally. So in like when I was doing my GCSEs, I didn't do them for GCSE, but we still studied them a bit. I did a little bit of German, Deutsch. Ich bin Rory und du. I remember very little of it, I'm afraid. Was machst du? Was machst du Geburtstag? That's it. Where do you live? Or yeah, or where were you born? One of the two. French, I did. So je m'appelle Rory. I can't remember any more of it because I mix it up with Japanese because I'm retarded. Japanese is something I haven't studied formally, but I learn because I watch way too much anime and because I kind of like slightly self-learn it. Like when I'm in the mood, I'll go through the Yankee flashcards, do a few kanji or some hiragana to make sure I'm not forgetting it. Yeah, Svenska, Swedish. I have a problem with that because it occurred by mistake. I hope you all know who PewDiePie is. He's another YouTuber. He's much better than me. Go watch his stuff. I like him. Don't watch him because I like him. That's a bit odd. But watch him because I think he's good. But because he's good, not because I think. You know what I mean? Shut up. It's a recommendation. I'm not trying to plug myself. Yeah, Sweetie, Pewdie is Swedish. Which was enough impetus that I've picked up saying fan every so often, which means fuck. And I think it's that way around. This might be helvete means fuck. One of those. I know vague Swedish words. And the extent of coherent Swedish I know is men in svenska är inte bra. My Swedish is not very good. Which is true. Yeah, I know my Japanese, I can string together basic sentences from kanji, I know, but it's a bit iffy. And it's not. I couldn't talk it. I'd have to be given like an internet connection to get the right kanji and everything. I know a few kanji, not very much. I basically don't speak it. I know a little of it. That's the way to put it. So I can ask you what your favorite kind of music is. Anata wa donao ongaku ga suki desu ka? So what's that literally? Yeah, literally. You kind of music like what? Essentially, it doesn't. The word order is different. English is SVO and Japanese is SOV with a billion different particles and other connectives in there. English, I speak fluently, slightly, in case you didn't know. German, I could vaguely understand what the fuck's going on. I could probably watch a German film without losing the plot too much. I'd lose it a bit at some points because there are some words I just can't get in my head. And French, again, I understand just about what the hell's going on. I can ask for things politely. I can say thanks. I can tell you to fuck off and call you a whore. I mean, that's all you need. Yeah. Languages. How did I get onto that? That was completely fucking random. I think we may have to call it an end here because I have a titchy hard drive and it's running out of space. So I shall go delete some shit and then you will see another episode in the future. Maybe. Or maybe I'll be a retard and put that one up before this one. Whereupon I'll look like a tit. But I don't care, I do that anyway. So, I will talk to you at some point in the future. You probably won't talk back unless you have amazing, amazing internet powers and hacking skills. So yeah, at some point in the possibly immediate but not necessarily immediate future. Bye-bye!